is yours.
We're live. All right. Tom, you ready? Yep.
Thank you, ACL.
Here we go. And intro.
Tonight! Ooh, is that live music? Oof. Show's getting expensive. The Phineas and Ferb animated series is coming back just in time for the DuckTales World Showcase adventure. Oh boy. The Mario Kart ride keeps breaking down in its technical rehearsals, and every time it does, the team members have to blow in it. Thank you. Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway at Disneyland will utilize a virtual queue, which isn't surprising considering the entire ride is virtual. Why shouldn't the queue be physical, right? You've read WDW News Today. Now it's time for WDW News Tonight.
Live from WDWNT Celebration near the Walt Disney World Resort, it's WDW News Tonight with Tom Corless and LoCicero. Tonight, WDWNT The Price is Right. Remembering Splash Mountain, the wonderful world of psychotic comments, and featuring the music of Piano Rob. I'm LoCicero. Now, here's your host, Tom Corless.
Thank you, Nick and Rob.
What's up? What's up?
Look at that.
Piano Rob is here
Yeah.
with a piano.
That's the most important part, right?
Anyway.
Or else it'd just be Rob. Who wants Rob?
We already have one of those.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Tom Corless, and they'll be power washing me after Space Mountain. I'm next on the list. Hit me, boys.
Wow.
Please hit the like button. In July, it might be nice at the Magic Kingdom. I might like that. Please hit the like button, subscribe. If you're really enjoying this nonsense, you can leave us a super chat right here on YouTube. Your donations will be used to buy the we're currently leasing. We're not sure if Rob's going to work out. We don't know. We don't want to. Oh. Rob can take a joke. It's all right.
Tom, is that why you haven't bought me a permanent? Like, just in case I don't work out?
The top of his piano comes off just as easily, actually. I don't know. Anyway, you know. The noises. It's all right. The toast man is keeping guard. No one can damage your podium again.
That's right.
Yeah. Katie is very concerned. She's coming to check on the podium.
She is. It might fall on my
Gonna
foot.
hurt yourself with it?
Yes.
Somehow? Yeah. Anyway, how's it going,
Pretty good.
Rob?
Yeah.
It's going fantastic.
There's three of us now.
Great night.
No excuse for dead air now. So it is.
Wow.
Right? Is that it?
Wow.
Give us 10 minutes. We'll be out of content by then. Anyway, how's your week, boys? Good?
Doing good? Yeah.
Can't complain. Went to
on.
EPCOT today.
You went to EPCOT today. What'd you do?
I ate around the world and rode Guardians.
What'd you eat?
Ooh. Don't put
Festival
me on the
stuff?
spot. The duck and the dumplings was delicious.
Okay.
And the hummingbird cake from America.
Hummingbird. That was the best thing I think we had this year.
Yes, that was a pleasant surprise. Especially, I'm a chocolate dessert person, and there's no chocolate in that.
Yeah.
And it's still amazing.
Any freeze-dried Skittles yet?
No, I haven't.
Nick, have you been yet?
No,
Okay.
this weekend.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
You got to get the weird grape 80s drink.
Yeah.
Just brings you back to childhood. Anyway, let's see the chat. The chat's very excited about the piano. Hello, everyone. We broke some things. We're back now. And Allison's been nice enough, in case the audio drops out again, she will be signing the rest of the program. How do you sign Toast Man? Toast Man. Wait, how do you do it? What is it?
I think it's toast and then man.
What is what is toast?
It's toast.
That's toast?
Snake? It looks like snake.
Why is this toast?
This sign is making me so hungry.
First there was cake, now there is toast. Anyway, thank you, Alice. You don't have to do the whole show.
She even signs me.
You say she signs me?
Yeah, that looks very aggressive, Alice.
You know, I just want to let everyone know we had a real tight 90-minute show planned. I apologize. Wasn't going to be a minute over that, but now we're just hopelessly behind.
Ugh.
I still think it's going to be a great show if the feed holds out and the audio holds out. I think it's going to be great. And we can always bring Allison up if we lose the audio again. So we're gonna try again. We're gonna try again. How about the news?
News.
The news. Splash Mountain at the Magic Kingdom will close forever on Sunday, or until the ride stops working, whatever comes first. Yeah, sadly with the ride closing, that means there's only 3 days left for someone to finally show us their bone. Will someone finally do it? It's sure as you're born, by the way. There was a lot of discussion on TikTok. They're not fully with it. Some people on Twitter, though, I don't know if you've been reading Twitter, said, if you want to know who the racists are in the community, just look who goes on the ride on Sunday. Yeah, so I guess me, most of this room, and a confused family from Denver are very racist on Sunday. Is this Space Mountain? Racist. We don't even know what this is. We just hit the button. There was nothing else left to book. Oh, man. If you want to know what's going to happen to the Splash Mountain characters after Sunday, it'll be similar to the end of Toy Story 3, but without them being saved from the incinerator. They just went all the way in. Oh, you're going to see a lot of bones. We're on! Get off my stage! Get out of here!
Do I still need to sign whatever you say, or am I...
To those of you who have stuck with us through the technical problems, thank you. I appreciate you.
What
You are
technical problems?
My screen's still down.
Rob can't see anything. Rob, it's all right. Allison will interpret all of the show so you know what's going on. It's fine. We, in our usual, as usual, we have planned a show that's way too complicated for what we do here. So Price is Right is very complicated. It's overloaded the system. We're trying our best to work through that. But so we're on. We're okay right now. So far, so good. I'm going to attempt to do a monologue.
Okay.
All right. We're going to try. Yeah, sure. What was the last joke we got through? I don't even know. What was it? It was a while ago? Sounds like it was a while ago. I got to leave in 30 minutes. I didn't think this was going to be this long. I don't know. Anyway, we're talking about Splash Mountain. We'll make everyone uncomfortable again. Social media has gotten a bit crazy about all of this the last few weeks. Some people saying they're more sad about Kid Zone closing than Splash Mountain. Yeah, I'm sure you're more sad about a ball pit and a Woody Woodpecker ride than one of the most iconic rides in theme park history. Yeah, a lot of people really. I mean, I took you to the ball factory.
You did? We shot balls.
We shot a child. Yeah, it was great. It was awesome.
It was great.
Well, it's great. It's still not Splash Mountain, but it is fun.
It's close.
It's close. Oh boy. Anyway, the Curious George statue is about as mobile as the animatronics on Splash at this point. They move about the same amount. I will miss the fun puns of Curious George Goes to Town, though. I'll miss that. Yeah. Well, ladies, shh. The show is back on now. Please. We have the
People can hear you now.
I like that the logo behind you froze. Like we're pretty much operating like Splash Mountain at this point. Like the jumping rabbit was removed 3 months ago. No one's seen it. Anyway, Walt Disney. Rob's piano's on fire. You can't even see it at home. Walt Disney World has announced the dates for the EPCOT International Flower and Garden Festival will take place from March 1st, 2023 through July 5th, 2025. It's a little longer this year. Yeah. New topiaries of Mirabel, Antonio, Isabella, and Luisa from Encanto will be near the EPCOT main entrance. But we don't plant no Bruno, no. We don't plant no Bruno. Oh, boy. Thank you, Sabrina. Want to come tap dance again? Got to be better than the monologue. A new Princess Tiana topiary will be at the American Adventure, and then when the event's over, it'll be used on Splash Mountain to help with the budget. It's fine. Just put it there. It's good. Right where the jumping rabbit was. No one will know. The Tomorrowland Light and Power Company has been completely gutted in preparation for Tron Light Cycle Run. It's expected the store will be full of merchandise based on the IP, so they'll probably dig up all that Tron Legacy merchandise that didn't sell in 2010 and put it. They've been holding on to it. They're like, this is finally our moment. Someone will buy this shoeless Jeff Bridges toy. Someone will buy it. I don't know, completely different note. Anyone ever think it's ironic that the Light and Power Company is attached to the roller coaster in the dark? I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Cast member previews for Tron will start on February 4th. Of course, unless the construction workers see their shadows, then there'll be 4 more weeks of delays. Oh, boy. It's a Groundhog Day joke. Yeah. Disney is canceling several summer voyages aboard the Halcyon, the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, due to weak bookings. Yeah. As you know, summer is often the low season for cruises, as sand is coarse and it gets everywhere. Yeah. Disney also rolled out a discount today. They're offering $700 off hotel stays both before and after a Galactic Star Cruiser voyage. Yeah. That's great, but could you maybe just discount the Star Cruiser? Could you maybe just, what are you not understanding about this? Jake's arm is up. Are we down? Are we good? Okay, don't make no gestures, please. You're making me very nervous. Very nervous. The Carousel, speaking of people who are nervous, the people that work on the Carousel Coffee Shop. The Carousel Coffee saga continued this week as more framed art was put up on the wall and succulents were added to the tables. Yeah. Guys, I think you misheard our feedback about the interior sucking. I think you may have not understood. Yeah. The seating area has a number of pictures of the Mad Tea Party, which, by the way, is neither a carousel nor related to coffee. Yeah, just want to point that out. They're cups? What is
Close.
There's an Imagineer in the crowd. Cups, it's all related to cups. Don't you get it? There were lots of terrariums in 1910s New Jersey. They were everywhere. People rode them like roller coasters. You got on top and you just... Anyway, the table terrariums look like something from a Home Goods, but that does explain next week's edition of a Live, Laugh, Love sign to the wall. Maybe a big mountable spoon. Because you stir the coffee with the spoon. Do you get it now? You know, some people say the space doesn't have a theme, but I honestly, I got to tell you, I think it does. I think it's themed to a realtor is trying to sell it. So they're like, how do you make this space look better? Terrarium. Yeah. Anyway.
Smell of cookies wafting throughout the air.
Sure.
That's what they do. They bake bread and cookies.
Yeah, not in that space. It's not big enough.
Ah.
Somewhere else they bake cookies. Then they wheel them over. In the terrarium. They roll the terrarium. Bob Iger and Josh D'Amaro just spent a few days touring Walt Disney World with the Walt Disney World president, Jeff Volley. Yeah, Bob and Josh actually stayed at the boardwalk, which explains why a runner was given a company card and ran to Home Goods. Like, we got to do something. What do you want me to get? Whatever. Yeah, the group of executives ate at Space 220 as they felt it would be the best way to check on the progress of the Death Star they started building while Chapek was CEO. They wanted to see how it was going. Yeah. I did hear this, though. There's a rumor going around that Bob Iger, though, had the Space Getty, and he didn't even twirl it with his fork. He just slurped it. Wow. Yeah.
There you go. Hey, that works. There you go.
That's fine. That's fine. Rob, you have to learn that song.
I will. I was going to put it in the same spot, though, so we're on the same page.
You two may not even need to communicate in the future. You may just know. That was definitely the worst joke. You're just like, yeah, I know. We got it completely. They don't even have to talk about it. Disney 100 decor has gone up at the Disneyland Resort's theme parks, including a giant medallion at the entrance of California Adventure that my father has asked me to pick up for him next week. They got this big coin. You gotta get the big coin. Okay, Dad. It's time to get it. Yeah, the Magic Band Plus will interact with these decorations, apparently, at Disneyland. Yeah. If you thought waving at statues was dumb, wait until you wave at bunting. Hello! It's not working. What was that? Never mind. Never mind. The Toontown entrance sign returned at Disneyland this week. It's still not back at Disney World. Still hasn't come back. We're waiting on it. Aw. Yeah, the new sign at Disneyland has parts of the characters' clothes drawn into the letters. Yeah. Not to be outdone, the new version of the News Tonight logo will have Hawaiian shirts and the Tom Brady logo drawn into the letters. Too soon.
Oh, boy.
Too soon. Nick's doing okay. It's fine.
Yeah, we're good.
Been a rough couple weeks for you. The leg injury, Tom Brady's out of the playoffs.
Yeah. Sad couple of weeks.
Yeah, it'll be okay. At least the show's going well.
Yeah, no, that picked me up, right? Going smooth tonight.
Oh, man. Work has begun on draining Pacific Wharf at DCA to turn it into the Big Hero 6's San Francisco. Yeah. Although I feel like this is a missed opportunity. That really should be the name of a kid's splash pad. San Francisco. No? Yeah, I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
2 is low. Sometimes there's a few. There's a few. It's expected the land will be completed in time for the Disney Plus release of Big Hero 7, though. 7? Yeah, 7. You want to play it again? No.
You see, Rob, when no one laughs, we play that thing, worst joke of the night. You might be confused, because it happens often, so. He's got to learn the show. He's gonna.
Just got a lot of burger. Eric's killing in the crowd. You can't hear it at all.
He is.
I mean, you can't hear much at home of the show, but that especially.
Yeah.
They added banners for the upcoming VillainCon Minion Blast at Universal Studios Florida. And by the way, do not look up Minion Blast on Urban Dictionary. Do not. It's bad. Oh. Yeah, they advertise on the sign, the Vicious Six will be a part of the attraction, or as I call them, the Disney Board of Directors. They'll all be there. And Nelson Peltz is the ultimate villain at the end. Yeah. Another big argument on social media this week was about the sightlines in Super Nintendo World in Hollywood. Apparently, from several points in the land, you can see the Comcast building. Jake, I'm afraid to ask for an image, but we have it. Yeah. So this is an actual picture. This is not something we've doctored. You can see the Comcast building from Super. But I don't like to be negative on this show ever. So
Right.
shut up.
Yeah.
I don't like to be negative on the show. So we wanted to offer some possible solutions.
Be helpful.
Yeah. So we wanted to offer some solutions to Universal Creative to hide the Comcast building. So we had our people work on some ideas. Here we go. We got a couple of these. What's the first one? Rampage. Remember Rampage? I think that'd be great. I love Rampage. That's a good one. We have New Donk. Turn it into New Donk City. For the older people in the audience, that's a city in Super Mario. Never mind. The kids loved it though. We could put we put a really big virtual boy over the building. Just, can't see it at all then. What else? We got to turn it into giant Tetris. Mm-hmm. Yeah, now the older people are like, I know Tetris.
I get that.
I know that one. We could do a Mario Paint overlay. That's my favorite one. We could turn it into Tom Nook Tower.
Yes.
It's a Nook Incorporated. However, we've also realized this week that he's just me. It's like he wears my shirt. He's a businessman named Tom. Yeah, it's me. He spends a lot of time in Japan. Splatoon. We have a Splatoon overlay for the building. What else? We got the Pokemon Tower. What was that?
That was the Pokemon ending. I wanna be. Come on, nobody know it.
The no one ever was.
I've been playing that game for a month now. The new one. I can't get away from it.
Oh, are you?
I am.
Oh, Katie, our camera operator, just loudly went.
Wow.
You haven't beat it yet?
Some of us have jobs and children. Some of.
I'm not the meanest one anymore.
No, Allison, you still are. It's fine. And we have one more. This is my favorite idea. I think this is what they should do. I think a giant Wiimote turn the building into a big Wiimote. It's great. That's how the apocalypse is going to look. It's just a giant Wiimote comes and ends civilization. Anyway, I want to know where the nunchuck is. I'm worried about it. Anyway. That's the news. Who brings us the news?
This program is brought to you by WIGS, the WDWNT Inner Globe Society. Support WDWNT to get early and exclusive access to content you can't find anywhere else, including exclusive post shows for WDW News Tonight and Park Center, access to our prize wall, a monthly Zoom with Tom, access to our Discord community, early access to our events, and much more, starting at just $2 per month. For more information, visit patreon.com/WDWNT or visit WDWNT.com and click the Patreon link. Join WIGS and unlock even more WDWNT.
I assume we have some WIGS members here tonight. Yeah. Many of you watching at home, I'm sure, as well. We do have a post show tonight when we end at 1 a.m. It'll be
there was a lot of news this week, Tom. That monologue.
Well,
took a
yeah.
while.
I mean, I didn't know we were going to be delayed a half hour,
Yeah.
but anyway, there was a lot of news this week. But you know what else is this week? Disney Plus. There's going to be something new on there. Let's see what it is. Be sure to tune in for Attractions Roadshow. I want to get my Buzzy animatronic and my You Make It Wet sign appraised on this week's show. This is a rare 1988 animatronic with its clothes missing. It's very rare. We do have a great show tonight. For those of you who have stayed with us, we have a very good show tonight. Piano Rob is here. And is going to be here every week.
Yeah, I'm going to be for a while, maybe forever.
Forever? How do you find people like anything? Anyway, the sandwich. Someone just said yes, they would like a sandwich. They're out in the lobby. Go on. We only have Chex Mix. Anyway, Nick, Price is Right tonight.
Yes.
And we're going to say our goodbyes to Splash Mountain as well. A lot of show coming your way. Stick around for more tonight.
Welcome, players, to Disney World's latest ride, Tron Light Cycle Run. Tron, the 142nd most recognizable Disney IP, celebrated by dozens of people worldwide. Tron, Remember all those unforgettable characters, like the guy in the bodysuit. Tron. Which Tron movie is this about? The one that was outgrossed by its own video game, or the one that was outgrossed by its own soundtrack? Work with me here. We know it's hard to keep track. Tron, with unforgettable toys that can still be found today at reputable stores. Because what kid doesn't want to play with an elderly, barefoot Jeff Bridges action figure? Now, decades later, Disney is proud to present Tron Light Cycle Run, the ride 5 years in the making. A ride that took longer to build than the Golden Gate Bridge and Hoover Dam. Tron Light Cycle Run, the high-energy ride, which is our latest and shortest ride ever, transporting guests inside the grid, which looks like a 1980s neon goth party. Is it? You tell us. Guests will thrill at both twists and turns, all the while pray they make it out alive. Tron Light Cycle Run, the ride that is shorter than the video you just watched.
Look at this system working. I have often dreamed of a far-off place where heroes welcome, be waiting for me. Oh, now they're changing. Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. The race cars, lasers, airplane, and it's a duck. Right from, I'm just doing what I'm told. And just one spark of inspiration is at the heart of all creation, right at the start of everything that's new. I don't understand how Go the Distance had 100 and now has 0. That math doesn't work out. Imagination, imagination. A dream can be a dream come true with just one spark from me to you.
Welcome back. We are live, I hope. Praying. Let's find out the Disney Parks incorrect fact of the week. Incorrect fact of the week. The Italy Festival booth is delicious. Yum. That chocolate mousse was fantastic. I'm still enjoying it.
It's supposed to include
Actual mousse.
That's intense.
That might have made it better.
So the panel, we have an illustrious panel, the big panel tonight. So let's introduce everybody. Obviously, Nick is here. We've got Piano Rob, Jason, and Eric are blocking all the women. In the back, we have, if you squint, you can see Desi, Sabrina, and Miss Allison in the back there. Thanks, gentlemen, for taking the nice, comfy bottom row seats. Appreciate it.
I'll try to
Hello up there in the room.
try to
In the road, they're in the road.
figure out how to
They're
get
up
on
there.
the screen. Sabrina. Just
Who
move
put
over.
this?
Counted as short finally.
Who put this button on my bear?
What is
Someone
it?
put an "I'm celebrating Brer Bear's tail."
Aww.
Oh.
It's
So
a
that-
button on a butt.
Hence button.
This is why we put you in the back row.
We're all sitting together again. Did you notice that? The three of us.
You're only up there because we couldn't find a row further away.
Jeez. We could seat them on Rob's seat.
We'll sit
Three
on
of
the
them
piano.
have to share the stool.
We'll sit on the piano. That's fine.
Anyway. So this week, Splash Mountain is going to close forever on Sunday, and I know a lot of other shows and a lot of their websites kind of staying away from the topic, which is kind of silly, I think. The thing has been there for over 30 years. It's been a part of our lives. And, you know, as I've said before many times, I think two things can be true. Number one, it could be a great beloved ride. And number two, it could be time for it to close. Both of those things can be true. We're going to go into this discussion admitting that both of those things can both be true. So I wanted to say that before we get into this, and then we want to just share some memories, some thoughts on Splash Mountain as it leaves us forever here in Florida.
Well, ever since I was a kid, it was my favorite ride.
Yeah.
Bar none. Like it was, and it was my favorite ride because it had so much going on in it. It was a long ride. Loved the immersiveness of it.
Yeah.
Loved the atmosphere of it. Loved the thrill of it. So it's just always been my favorite ride. Just the characters, the variety of show scenes.
Yeah.
It's everything a Disney ride should be, like as far as that, that part of it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it did as good a job as any ride of mixing sort of storytelling and being kind of a thrill ride and being fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's long.
Yeah.
And it's probably the most fun ride at the Magic Kingdom, right?
I think it's the best ride at the Magic.
Yeah. Yes, there's room for someone to say it is the best ride at the Magic Kingdom, but it's the most fun, and I'm hoping that no matter what they do to it, the ride track and the length and all these things will keep the ride fun no matter what they do to it. So fingers crossed. I'm sad to see it go. I understand. I don't want rides that hurt people's feelings. I don't want people to feel bad about a ride. I don't want people to feel racist because they like something, though. And I'm sad to see it go, but I'm ready for the next chapter. Yeah. And it's going to be fun in the future. It's just going to take a while to get there.
Let's lay something out real quick. This is not Runaway Railway, right? I know some people like Runaway Railway. This is a case where I think you would have to try really hard to do a bad job, right? Because what makes Splash Mountain great is it's this combination. It's a really long Disney attraction with a lot of big show scenes and animatronics, right? It has great, memorable music, right? So it's all those things. A great thrill ride, great, big, fantastic show scenes with animatronics, great music. You are keeping the ride track, so that's one of the three things is there, right? You've picked a movie that has possibly the best soundtrack of any Disney movie of all time. So you musically should be on the same level as you are already. You'd really have to try to not be. And then as long as these animatronics are as good as they're supposed to be, they should be impressive. And if those things are all there, then there's no reason it should be bad, right? So I think you would have to try very hard to screw this up.
Well, the only way that you could screw it up is because of the length of the ride.
You cheap out.
If you cheap out,
if you
and
don't
there's some
fill
boring,
all the scenes in.
Right, and there's some really boring stretches of the ride.
Oh, they're not gonna.
Right
they're not
now,
gonna
there's
do
no
that.
boring
They
stretches.
can't, right?
I would doubt they would do that.
I mean, all of the things that you described as having to try really hard to screw it up, in some respects, remind me of Journey into Imagination.
Oh, no, not even close.
You had a ride. It had great music. You took it away. They
cut the ride in half.
Well, that too, right? So that's the only difference is that here you have a long ride that's really going to be hard for them to cut in half because it's a water ride. But
you're
other
also
than
talking about
that,
one of the worst premises of all time is that the guest has no imagination, and you're going to inspire them via dropping a cinder block through a glass table that doesn't have glass in it. That was a real scene of that ride, by the way. That's how they inspired your imagination, with lights, sounds, and a fake glass table.
I don't even remember that.
No one should. It was awful.
But what I'm trying to say is, we would have thought they would have had to try really hard to screw up Imagination.
No, because I don't think the ride system is what made Journey into Imagination.
Yeah, I mean, it was just
fun.
an Omnimover, right? There's a lot of Omnimover.
It wasn't. I get where you're going.
The turntable, maybe, but the turntable.
And who was the lead Imagineer on Runaway Railway?
Kevin Rafferty and what's her name was Sharita, yeah.
And who's the lead Imagineer on Tiana's Bayou Adventure?
Sharita Carter's doing
right.
it. Yeah.
So there's a little reason to hope that she's getting the budget and support she needs, but I mean, she does have a strike against her, right?
Some people like Railway. I don't know. I'm me. I don't know. I don't like that ride. I'm never gonna like that ride. It is what it is.
So I remember riding Splash Mountain in 1993, right after it opened. And I've ridden it every trip since. It's a really fun ride. To me, I can remember going on log flumes at amusement parks and stuff, but to me, like the dip and then into the laughing place was something unique.
Where it comes back up.
Yeah, like it's still fairly unique as far as log flumes go, right? The only ride that I can think of that is sort of a better version of a log flume is the original, when it worked, Journey to Atlantis.
I can't believe we're bringing Journey into Atlantis.
But that
If they
was
put
a
in
really
guns where we
good-
can
that
soak
thing
people,
had a
though.
pre-show with a mime.
But that was a
still
really
does.
good in terms of
It used the music from Beetlejuice.
in terms of a ride vehicle ride system in log flume fashion.
Sure.
That's a pretty great example.
I remember when I was a kid, like that was, I think, the first log flume ride I'd ever been on was Splash Mountain. And then I would go to other places after I had done Splash
they're
Mountain
not
and
as
be
good.
like, what is this metal thing
The
at
only-
Six Flags? Like,
The only
this is
one
not-
that's kind of close is Knott's.
And that's only really after the refurbishment where they really tried
Yes,
to.
yes, very true. But I mean,
Which is funny because that's the ride that inspired
Splash Mountain, yeah, comes full
the
circle.
Timber Mountain log ride.
But as far as Splash going away, I mean, it's been a long time since Splash worked well.
Yeah.
And obviously, they're not going to put a lot of money into maintenance if they're going to just close it anyway. But at the same time, its present state is kind of an embarrassment.
It's rough.
And so I whether or not they're doing it on purpose or not, I think the way that it looks right now is pushing a lot of people to say, yeah, it's time.
On the opposite side of the spectrum, time for a Tokyo reference. Space Mountain in Tokyo is supposed to be knocked down and rebuilt, essentially. They're closed for refurbishment right now. They're fixing Space Mountain at Tokyo Disneyland, even though in like 2 years they're knocking the building down.
Yeah.
So just to put things in perspective.
Well, that's
right?
because they know you're coming in a couple
I'm
of
not
months.
going on that anyway. I hate that space. It's the only thing I don't go on there. It's terrible.
Wow.
Who's booing?
It's not that bad.
It's pretty bad. It's
You're gonna
It's
go
bad
on-
enough they're knocking it down.
You're gonna go on it.
It's like,
You know how
it's one
bad
of the
something
most
has to be for
iconic
Disney
rides. Like,
for
they're-
knocking it
Disney's
down?
not
Knock it
even
down.
knocking down Splash Mountain. Tokyo's like, Space Mountain, we will bulldoze it.
You're gonna go on it though.
One more time, yeah.
Yeah, right.
It was pretty, like I went there, when was I there? This past weekend, and like we were in
You
the
were in
laughing
Tokyo
place.
this past weekend?
I wish.
Jealous.
I wish. I'm sorry. I went without you, Lucas. I'm sorry. I didn't tell you. I'm back
He
now.
was building a Price is Right set, and you went to.
They needed an ASL interpreter, and she was available.
They needed an American Sign Language interpreter in Japan. That's what they.
You never know who's going there.
She went on Splash this weekend.
So like the whole laughing place, like none of the animatronics were working,
No.
none of the water features were working.
No,
there were so many things.
Only
The
about
goose-
a third of the lights are working in that whole scene.
The poor goose was like this in the boat. It was so. What was it? It did not have a net over it.
That had to make you feel a little nostalgic.
It did. I took a video of
Using
it.
the
I was
goose.
like, "There's my goose." But yeah,
That
no.
goose is cooked.
Well, no, it was pretty sad.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite park memories are aboard Splash Mountain, though.
Yeah.
Anybody who's ever ridden that during fireworks knows, like that's an amazing experience. It's hard to forget. That and Mine Train, right? If you do those during fireworks, those are
thunder.
magical. You
Big
And you're
can't-
still going to get that.
Yeah, so it will be
Eventually,
coming
yeah.
back.
Well,
yeah.
eventually.
We'll have a
I
year and
just
a
have
half
to-
without it, but yeah,
I mean,
eventually,
yeah.
I mean, who knows if I'm going to be around? So, knock on
Why?
wood.
Why? What are you not telling us?
I mean, their construction projects
Are you telling
are
us
not exactly finishing on schedule these days.
Yeah, a year and a half.
I said there was a big surprise this week.
Wow.
Oh.
Look, it's one of the best log flume tracks as it is. If you take out all the animatronics and the music, it's one of the. Honestly, it was my favorite ride for like 20 years until I went on Indiana Jones in Disneyland. That took its place, and now Guardians, in case we're keeping track.
Yeah.
But it was a fantastic.
Jason shaking his head.
That's another conversation. But the ride is fantastic. I'm a big fan of the soundtrack too of Princess and the Frog. Randy Newman did great with that.
Yeah.
So I'm very much looking forward
Don't
to that.
forget Dr. John.
And Alan Menken.
Yeah, and you're going to get some. I think you're going to get some brand new, obviously animatronics, more updated versions of animatronics. I think the ride's going to be fantastic, the new one. But I will always miss the old one. It holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
I think probably one of my favorite memories is I had a friend come from out of town and she hadn't been to Disney in a long time, and I said, "What do you want to do?" And she said, "I want to eat a churro and go on Splash Mountain." And so
one of those things was a terrible decision. It was the churro.
So we got churros and we held them the whole way through the line, and during the big drop we eat the churros.
Oh, she didn't mean like these are the two things I want to do. She meant here's two things I want to do simultaneously.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's what we did. We ate churros on Splash Mountain.
You have to, because you need the Splash Mountain water to get the churro a little soggy so it's edible.
Soften it up a
Because
bit.
it's so old and stale that you can't bite it before it's wet.
Hydrates the churro.
That's what she said.
That's what she said, literally.
That was her dream. Her dream trip to Disney was eating a churro and going on Splash Mountain.
While going on mission.
While going on
wow.
Splash. Not and, while.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm expecting some crazy story from Sabrina. Just at it. It's usually the case. Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, no, I have I have a lot of memories and stuff of going on like Splash Mountain with my sister, and we have a lot of because I remember coming down in like January. My sister, because she danced, and we would come down here, and we'd always do she did the dance competitions in like January, and late January and stuff. And so we'd go on Splash Mountain, it'd be empty at the end of the night, and we'd get on there, and I think we've got photo after photo that my mom was just like, well, I guess I'm buying another one, because my sister and I think we've got one where someone's fishing and the other one's the fish. We just got
One we're eating churros.
and all these crazy things. And so we have a lot of Splash Mountain photos and stuff of my sister and I from over the years and just the crazy stuff we've done.
Yeah.
And then my kids, so when my youngest turned 4, we went to Disney because it was September in the middle of a pandemic and everything was empty, and so we went. And I'm sitting in the front with her, and my oldest and husband are sitting in the next row back and stuff, and my oldest is freaking out as we're going up the long hill, and so I mean she freaked up any hill we were going up at that point.
Yeah.
But when she realized that this is a really long one, I need to freak out a little longer.
Yeah.
And she was just like, "Oh my God, we're all gonna die!" And my then 4-year-old looks at me and she was just like, "Avery, we're not gonna die. You're being over dramatic." And she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, kids."
Oh.
When did you turn into age of 4? Oh, kids.
It hasn't worked in a long time. A lot of my favorite memories are from the water jet on the Splash. So first of all, for those that don't know, long time ago when the ride first opened, the reason there's 2 walkways was not just to control crowds. The bridge that goes right in front of the drop was a splash zone.
Yeah.
And every time a log went down, those people got drenched.
Yeah.
And eventually enough people, enough families from Denver went by that had no idea where they're at the stroller and the kid got wet and everyone's sad.
That's right.
So eventually they arrived at the point where they're like, okay, we're gonna push it in. And they pushed it. And then it only got the front half of the bridge wet and people still got wet. And they were like, you know what, forget it. So eventually they turned it. And so what happened at that point was if you were on the ride and it goes around and you go around the drop's here and you go around it, you get to the other side, the jet could spray you.
You get soaked before it
That
starts.
was, yeah.
Right
and so
before you go up that little
people would
hill.
always
Yeah.
like see the log and they'd be like, go fast.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it really would be the most wet you'd get on the ride was just that.
Yeah.
Or if you're in the right seat after
At the
the
end.
drop,
The
in front of the waterfall,
Yeah.
and then they send you into the air conditioning just to make sure that, you know.
My father and I, who still happened his last couple rides, we would fight while we were waiting to load the log because so the first time he sat on that side, I was like, "Can I sit on that side?" He's like, "Oh no, no." And then the second time I went in first, and then we sat, and he goes, "Oh, I'm on this side," and so he knew. Yeah.
But that's a magical family moment.
It was.
It's great. You have to have
Never-
that one family member you know that's going to forget.
That's
Yeah.
I need them to keep
That was
two
normally
things.
me. I just get in. Son of a gun.
I need them to keep two things on this ride. Number one, the tiny bridge. You know, if people watch the live streams, we used to do them. Remember, there's the tiny, Slip and Falls has that little tiny bridge. Please keep the tiny bridge. Just leave it there. It's not bothering anyone. There's nothing offensive about it. And that waterfall. The waterfall at the end has to stay. What do you know?
I think they're getting. I think they're getting rid of it. Let's find out.
I kind of believe they will. I
Yeah,
think they know it's like, well, we're making this. It's a great new family ride. People don't want to get wet on the water ride. Okay.
And I think this ride had like 7 hidden Mickeys at one point.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they are.
Oh, there was a ton. There was the
There's a checkerboard,
Yeah.
right? The checkerboard's one.
There was a rope that tied knots like one when you went
Yeah.
down one of the mini falls, and then there was the Mickey in the clouds on his back
On
that
his
they
side,
took
yeah.
out.
I gotta look for
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Are they all
Yeah.
gone? Are they still there?
Some of them they took the cloud. I know they took the cloud out
Oh,
at some point. Yeah.
they went away with the jumping rabbit. They
Oh.
took them out
I think
at the
my
same time.
favorite little hidden gem was the go for that pop down. It was just like FSU.
Fun fact that will live on because for some reason it's in the Japanese one. Like, because they were just built at the same time.
Yeah.
So no one there has any idea what the thing's
Why?
saying.
Really?
But it's still, the FSU is
That's
there because they
cool.
were built at the same time, yeah.
It is a sad month to say goodbye to the two best water rides in Orlando. We got Splash Mountain and the Fievel Slide just closed. Which admittedly I went on for my first time and last time
That's
the other
great.
day.
Did you
Very,
like it?
very well themed. At
It was.
some point they mentioned Fievel in the queue. And
None of the kids have any idea who Fievel is.
Right. Yep.
You know something's dated when it's like there's a picture of me at age 2 riding the ride. And it's an IP that no one's what movie was that? I couldn't explain. It would take too long. My favorite weird hidden thing on Splash Mountain is the crate at the end. This is weird. I think I've explained this before. So before the big painted sign that says it's the truth, it's actual, there's 2 crates on top of each other. The top crate wasn't always just a crate. When the ride first opened, it was the photo preview. And so you would actually be able to see your photo before, in theory. They removed it because it never lined up.
Never.
You always saw other people's photo. It's like the Tower of Terror one.
was
It
gonna
worked
say,
for
like the
5 minutes
eyeball.
at different times,
Yeah.
and then they gave up and they just put wood boards over it. And so people always ask me, like, if they would give you stuff from the ride, what would you want? I was like, well, number one, the tail.
Just
That's
the
my
tail,
favorite
not
story.
the
I don't need they have to destroy the figure. I understand. I just need this. I just need this part. The part I restored. And then the crate. I just want, and I know that there are 2 things that could survive. I would take the crate. I think the crate is fun. But that's me.
it's worth remembering that this is the only attraction I can think of, or the first one, that had an entire website dedicated to it, which was Flash Mountain.
Yeah. Now it's the Skyline.
Yeah.
Flash. That was like an early internet.
Yeah,
thing.
Flash
Yeah.
Mountain was early days.
Yeah. I love that. I think it was the first ride where they had the thing that covers the photo screens,
Yeah.
right? Because of that.
yeah.
So I remember the first time I saw them, like the guy, they had to have a cast member stand there, not just to help people get their photo, but also to put up the little screen if someone did something wrong. They had to
Wow.
put
Yep.
the little thing over the
Yep.
screen, be like, and wait 15 seconds, and then you take it down.
Well, and I had I was gonna say, I think by the time I first started working for the company, I was doing the college program, and I had a downstairs neighbor. Like, that was his job, was to sit in the back and look at the photos.
Eventually they screened him in the back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was his job to look at the photos.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, what do you do if like something comes through inappropriate? He goes, I print off a copy for myself. Delete, print, delete. Yeah.
Wow. People say there's no benefits to working at Disney. Depends where you are.
It's got to get the right job.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the driest ride I ever had on Splash Mountain was when we went and tried to catch the water.
That was awful.
If I don't know if people remember that we did a
Come
Man versus
on.
Park where
I
whoever
can't
could
believe-
gather the most water, and it was the driest
I can't
ride.
believe how
on
hard
Splash
that
Mountain.
was.
That
very
was
hard.
Tom's shirt was soaking wet.
I mostly wrung
And
out
then-
most of my cup was just wringing out my shirt.
There was like the other day, me and Lucas went on the ride, and like at the very end where you have
Yeah.
the crates,
Yeah.
there's like the water dripping on you. That's
Yeah.
there all the time. It was not there when me and Desi were there. We're like, where in the heck is all of this water?
It's
I
just
don't
a leak.
understand.
Now the mountain, now the mountain's so damaged that you could easily fill the cup because it's leaking everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We should do that again. We should try it again.
you've got 3 days.
All right. All right, Desi, this weekend, me and you.
And the queue entrance used to be right next to the drop, too.
Yeah.
When it first
Yes,
opened.
yeah.
Before it was
Yeah.
around the back. It was
Yeah.
right there, right next to it.
I always thought Disneyland kept that.
They did.
Yeah, that weird, just like a queue
Little
that goes
narrow,
all down.
real
the-
narrow.
Yeah.
They don't use it all the time, but if it's super long, you enter by like Haunted Mansion. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. And then I remember when they first put in like the Fast Pass machines, you had to
Yeah.
go like all the way into that little
Yeah.
cubby
Yeah,
hole
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
and get the Fast Passes and stuff. And
Yeah.
I also had a friend that worked Fast Pass system through there, so we just walk up and he'd be like, touch the back of the machine and be like, there you go.
Remember the magic of when you figured out that button was there?
Yeah.
And then they realized that guests figured out the button was there. And they're like, oh no, maybe we could have hid that better. For those that don't know, when I was a lad, Lightning Lane was free. And it was the machine.
called
They
Lightning
were
Lane.
machines, and you lined up at the machine. And you put your physical ticket into the. Yeah, they used to give you a physical
Was it like a
ticket.
plastic
And you put it.
ticket?
No, it was paper.
Paper?
I had to get that thing replaced like every 2 months. The back would turn fully black. I had to
Black,
replace
yeah.
the AP. You put it in the machine, and another paper ticket came out, and that was your Lightning Lane. It was called a Fast Pass.
Yeah.
But the fun thing was, at some point, we all realized there's a button on the back of the machine that will just kick out Fast Passes. But eventually they had to turn them off because we all knew it was there. Yeah. Good times.
Yeah. Yeah, and then after a while, what they would do is when a few years later, I guess, really, they would go around and you'd have like one person with the key, and they'd come in the morning and like flip the key, and you'd sit there and they'd like print out like 30 of them for
Yeah.
you to use like throughout the day.
Yeah.
And so the poor guy that came to that one, the first thing, like those ticket times were like, come back between 1 and 2, and he's like, so they got it.
I'm the
for,
first
like,
one
10 to-
here.
Yeah, they got it for 10 a.m. to 10:20. You're like, oh.
Oh, man. Remember when you had to run to a ride to get a Fast Pass?
Yeah.
Toy Story
Splash
Mania
would
was
be-
the worst.
Now you just have to be rich. That's great.
Or know how a phone works. You poor people. Every time I see like a 70-year-old couple, I feel so bad. They clearly just have no idea what's going on. Like,
But it was
they're
also
not
nice that people could share those then if they were leaving the park
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
day.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Guests,
Yeah. There
guests
you
were
go.
kind of making magic for other guests. It's
Yeah.
like, we're not going to use these. Here they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happened
do that.
all the time.
Now they
Oh,
just
yeah.
punch him in
Oh,
the
yeah.
face.
Is that what you do, Eric?
You look like you could use a little magic. How about some knuckle magic?
Knuckle magic.
It's knuckle magic.
For those that don't know, the tail thing, this is my favorite memory at this point. Because this goes back to before the website even existed. My cousin and I would always joke that the Brer Bear hanging by the rope, the tail was missing. Almost our whole lives, the tail was missing. And we'd always joke like they just forgot about it. And so the first time we did the maintenance report, I was like, it'd be funny to put the tail on the list. I mean, it's missing. And so we did, and then a week later, for the first time in 15 or 20 years, they put the tail on the bear.
That's so funny.
And it's probably one of the proudest moments of my life. There is a video on YouTube of me riding it that night, and you hear me screaming, "Oh my God, it's there!" And it doesn't get much more magical than that. That was saving the country bears, I guess. But I have a thing with bears at Magic Kingdom. I don't know. It's a reoccurring thing. But yeah, that was cool because that went back to before the website was even a thing. It was a thing we always joked about, and then to be like, "Hey guys, do you know it's not there?" And they're like, "No, well, let's go do that."
Let's put a tail.
Yeah, and I'm forever grateful to whoever. I still don't know who did it, but whoever at Disney did it, thank you. That was pretty magical. That was great.
And now they're going to take it off and give it to you as a parting gift.
Can you imagine?
I wish.
That'd
That
be
would
so
be
funny.
I would love that.
I also remember all the old Ernest promos. I was a big.
I was at the grand opening.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was a huge Ernest fan back
Who
then.
wasn't?
I mean, who wasn't, right? If you were, yes.
Oh, the
and-
comic genius of Ernest.
We're gonna have to explain to Katie what Ernest was.
Yeah, we'll have to explain, right? But that was great. I mean,
Here, Verl.
he overdid how crazy the ride was in that promo.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
For me, it was the Disneyland sing-along
That's
tape
right.
with the zippity. You know it is a thrill when you go down the whole rap. Oh my
YouTube
God.
that if you haven't seen it and you're a Splash Mountain fan.
We
That's
The
watch
zippity
that all
doo
the
dah
time.
rap, which
Yeah.
now I guess
At
you'll
your
never
house?
get to hear
Yeah,
again.
because it's on YouTube.
Oh.
I'm wondering if that song's gonna still have a place, or we're gonna slowly see it.
It's
gone.
already
You think it's gone from
gone.
everything?
I think that's
It was such a
probably-
classic for how many years?
It's like
Yeah.
When You Wish Upon a Star and Zippity Doo Dah were the company anthem.
Theme.
I
Yeah.
think that's
And one of
the
them is
saddest
just-
part.
Yeah.
It just doesn't exist.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when Michael Eisner was still hosting the TV show, he had the Bluebird pop
Yeah.
up at
Yeah.
some
So.
point. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, Zippity Doo Dah was in pretty much every
Everything.
parade.
Yep.
It was the Kiss Goodnight in the park. It was in everything. So it's so crazy that on the list of things. I mean, Splash Mountain's probably on the list of things I never thought that would go away in my lifetime. Zippity Doo Dah's higher on that list.
Yeah,
That's
agreed.
not a thing I could have fathomed, but I get it. I understand the reasoning.
I knew a guy in high school, and this is true, nobody's gonna believe me, but his name was actually Zippity Doo Dah. D-A-U-B was his last name, and his first name was Zip, and it was his grandfather's favorite song, and
They're like, our son will never be teased.
yeah, and his middle name's Adidoo. I
This
swear to
can't
I believe
be real.
you. No, I believe
it's-
you.
I'm
There's
dead
no-
We need a
serious.
yearbook.
Dob.
That's
D-A-U-B. Was his
Dob,
last name.
Zippity
Dob.
Doo Dah.
Zippity Doo Dah, yeah. And I'll never forget, the first time I met him and stuff, we were like, no way. He was just like, I get this all the time. Pulls out his license, we're like, ooh, okay.
I mean, Zip's not a bad name. Hey,
Yeah.
Zip. That's
Zip Dob.
It's all
Zip
right.
Dob.
The rest,
Zip Dob.
As long as you don't know his middle name.
as long as you don't know his middle name.
Just
Yeah.
Zip Dob.
Zip Dob.
Dob,
What's your
yeah.
middle name?
I hope that's on his passport. He goes through customs. They're like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You understand we have to detain you, right?
It's like I'm used to
You
it.
can't leave.
Nobody's going to believe this.
At least not until I show all my coworkers your passport.
You're not going to believe this.
Sorry, Mr. Adidoo.
It's up there with McLovin.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
You're how old?
Good grief.
Old
Yeah.
enough.
Other thing, not that wasn't a great story. Anything else related to Splash Mountain?
I'm picturing Sabrine's just gonna come out and be like, actually, there's one time I was one of the animatronics in Splash Mountain.
No, only Allison
It
was one of
broke
the
and I had to fill in.
I had to fill
As
in
a-
one time.
As a news website, I'm really looking forward to our reporters taking 27,000 pictures of every step of the construction over the next
Yeah.
couple years.
So,
Yeah.
It'll be really fun.
They've added fake moss to the
It's
building.
a water tower.
so here's my big concern, though,
Yeah.
is they had to shut the railroad down when Tron was under construction. Are they going to shut the railroad down when Splash is under
I don't
construction?
think they have to because they're not doing structural work.
They're just going to
doing
put a
the
curtain
scenes.
over
They'll
the
just
window.
cover the window.
Okay, well, that's good.
Until they get in there and then realize they're like, oh, this
No,
is
they-
not actually structurally sound.
They have to close the train when they build what's beyond Big Thunder Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
So wait for that, folks.
I wore my
But maybe
train
it won't
dress.
happen. Who knows? We'll see what happens. The last thing I want to say is the legacy of Splash is, for those that don't know, Imagineers didn't want to do it to begin with. They didn't want to build the ride because it was a log flume was deemed an amusement park thing, and then they built DCA, but that was later. But at that point in the 80s, they did not want to build a log flume, and I think Dick Nunes was the one that kept pushing them. Like, Knott's Berry Farm has it. The guests keep saying they need a water ride for the summer. We need to do this. And of course, the famous story, Tony Baxter was on his hour-long commute to WDI in the morning, and he was like, you know, the Song of the South characters, we haven't done anything with them, and that might be kind of fun. And then also by coincidence, and depending who you ask the story, either from the first moment or later when the budget went out of control, the America Sings animatronics from Disneyland then got roped in when the happy accident was that Mark Davis animated these characters, but then also did America Sings, so they all happened to look the same style. So it worked out really well, except there are some really weird characters in the Disneyland one, like the cat and dog people that do not make any sense whatsoever, but they omitted those from the Florida one when they built it. So that's the stories. They didn't want to build a log flume, but then they were like, well, if we're going to build a log flume, it has to be Disney quality. So in a sense, they built essentially Pirates of the Caribbean, but with more thrill, right? You built big, long, elaborate show scenes, big, long ride, but you added bigger, more thrilling drop sequences, right? And I think they used great characters. They did great animatronics. So the thing I want to drive home is I understand people are excited about the new ride. That's great. I think I'm somewhat excited about the new ride. I hope it's good. I hope they do a good job because, again, same thing I said with Great Movie Ride is I don't want to look at that building and regret, which I do in the case of Runaway Railway. I don't think that's going to happen with this. I'm way more hopeful for this. And also there's a better regime in charge now, which is great. But the thing to remember is no matter what, obviously, like the people that designed this ride 30-something years ago, the intent was not to offend anyone. The intent was to give people a fun ride that everyone could go on and have a good time. And so I don't think we should discredit the art that was done, right? People designed incredible animatronics. The music they composed specifically for the ride was fantastic. It's an incredibly intricate attraction. It's beautifully done. So it should be at least remembered fondly. I understand it's never going to be merchandised again. It's not really going to be mentioned. But at least for those of us in the fandom, I think we should look back somewhat fondly, at least on the effort that was put into this attraction. So if anyone, I think it's unfair for anyone from this point on to be like, oh, it was dated, it needed to go, it was a piece of junk. But that is the most nonsensical point I have ever heard in my life. Because 2.5 years ago, there wasn't anyone who ever said anything. There weren't people that went there and were like, Splash Mountain's terrible, I'm not going on that ride. That was not a thing. Look, it's okay to be more excited for the new one. That is a perfectly logical opinion. I think to have the opinion that Splash Mountain was bad is insane. I think that is insane. That would be like saying Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean are bad. It's not logical, right? That's just my thought.
And Splash told a very nice story. The ride told a complete story.
Oh, yeah.
Not every ride does that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about some people have a problem with the story being like don't leave home. I don't know. It's like, don't leave home. No good's going to come of it. Stay home.
Get DoorDash.
That's Nick learned an important lesson from this ride, not to go out.
See, I don't think it's that at all. I think
dangerous
I
out
think if
there.
anything, you got a rabbit that's basically getting bullied, and he outsmarts his bullies at the end. And they do it. And it's really a nice story when you think of it. The ride.
It's a charming, great attraction. Any other final thoughts before we move on? No, everyone's good. Great. We have a lot more show, so stick around. Price is Right's coming up.
Tonight's episode of WDW News Tonight is brought to you by Target, your official shopping destination for all things Disney. From Marvel to Star Wars to Pixar and beyond, your local Target store has toys, video games, beauty and cosmetics, and more for the Disney fan from ages young to it makes them internet uncomfortable. You don't even need to go to a Disney theme park. You can pick up those ugly-ass munchlings at the Bullseye. Don't have time to shop? We offer pickup and delivery of this trash too. How about a tiny toy version of a Bob Chapek-era Disney store, complete with minimal theme and 4 generic items? It may not have character, merchandise you want to buy, or even walls, but it does have one thing Mr. Chapek specifically requested though. Tiny loss prevention measures at the exit. That's a real thing. Look it up. So come on down to Target and save 5% off with the red card or something. Unless we cancel the program and make a new card that's worse. Oh, and we'll stop giving you a physical card or some stupid shit like that. Why not? Target, expect more, be disappointed.
I see him. I see him coming up. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow is just a dream away. Man has a dream, and that's the start. He follows his dream with mind and heart, and when it becomes a reality, the dream come true for you and me. And there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. And there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow just a dream away. I think they're still, no, they're moving now, they're moving. I can't see what the last 2 are because my little things, my little screen's there. Oh, is it? Because if they're winning, I don't know. It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light. It's time to get things started on the Muppet Show tonight. It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to meet the Muppets on the Muppet Show tonight. Why do we always come here? I guess we'll never know. It's like some kind of torture to have to watch a show. It's time to get things started. Why don't we get things started? I guess we got things started on the most sensational, inspirational, celebrational, Muppetational. This is what we call the Muppet Show.
Piano Rob, ladies and gentlemen, isn't that
Fantastic.
That's so much better than watching another 8 Ganondola ads, I think.
I don't know, it's debatable.
A vast improvement. Let us know in the comments. We're trying some new stuff out. If you're enjoying the show this week, let us know. Please, we're going to try some, like I said last show, we're going to try out some new stuff. We got Rob trying some new stuff with the commercial breaks, lots of changes.
Tried some new stuff with the audio as well tonight.
Mixed results,
You know.
mixed results on that, yeah.
Yeah.
But let's find out what we can see this week on Broadway. Carousel. Yep, there it is. It's great. Let's see what's coming up on the show the next few weeks, shall we? Tickets, of course, available at, get that cough checked out. Tickets available at WDWNewsTonight.com. We are off next week as we are going to be out in California for the kickoff of the Disney 100 Years of Wonder celebration. But we are going to be back on February 2nd with Who Wants to Win a Lot of Core Bucks, and Liquid Magic will be back as well. Then on February 9th, we have a very, very big show, very special show. It's our Valentine's Day show, which means the return of WDWNT, the dating game, but also the not not so newlywed game will be. I mean, we need to find the staff couples that are going to play that. We still don't know at this point. We better figure that out. What's happening with dating game signups? No.
Yeah.
Oh no. Guess we don't have those yet.
Sign up now.
Oh, where can they do that?
Online. Go find it.
Is there a URL?
Yeah, just search for it. Search for Disney.
Cool.
You know,
what can go wrong with only a week to gather people for the dating game?
2 weeks.
We're not on next week.
I know. That's why I have 2 weeks.
We'll just post. The post will go live sometime between this show and the next show, right?
Yep.
You guys.
And then you'll be hearing from me.
Really enticing people. But yeah, tickets available. Actually, we have all of our shows now through the end of March, which includes our March Madness shows.
Hey, and
available at WDWNewsTonight.com.
If you're on the dating game, you don't have to buy a ticket to come to the show.
That's true. The price is free. God. Oh, this is the worst show. All right. What else we got going on here? Oh, we're not reading the ad now. Psychotic comment.
Yes.
Walt Disney presents
We got a few good ones this week. This first one.
Look at all that floor space. So much room for activities.
This first one posted former Disney CEO Bob Chapek paid $24.2 million in 2022.
He sure was.
Still to receive more than $20 million in severance, to which Beverage Hair replied, I would have run Disney into the ground for half of that. I don't need all that. Yeah. We asked the question, would you reopen Muppets stuff or scrap it and do something new?
The Stage 1 store.
Stage 1 store at Hollywood Studios. At ASD Official 1251 wrote, I would open a Bugs Life store and call it the Butt Stuff. Yep, that's what they do. You asked.
Butt stuff.
All right, then finally, your employee puts this on your desk. What would you do? We have this photo here.
What does it say?
Yeah, I should have probably. Thank you.
I can't adult today. Take me to the Disney parks.
Take me to the Disney parks. What would you do? At the Vacationaire wrote, you remind him neither of you have a park reservation for today. Fair. At Megara 4041, ask if they'll pick up whatever merch item I've seen online for me next time they go. Okay. And at PJ McLaughlin 84, just be pleased there's something else on their desk other than pictures of their cats.
What's wrong with pictures of cats?
Cats are evil.
Cats are evil?
Yes.
Wow.
Should I not say that? Do people hate
No,
me
that's mean.
I had an evil cat, so.
Yeah, you did. Doesn't mean they're all evil.
The cat would hide around corners and attack me. It would go under my bed at night and just scratch at the bottom of my bed like the entire night. It didn't like me. I gave it away.
You gave it away? Who'd you give it to? Someone you hate?
No, to a family who liked cats.
Did they like this cat?
I don't know. They stopped talking to me. I don't really talk to them anymore.
The music really adds. Really does. Really does. We have super chats. Let's get through these quickly because we have a very long game to play still. It's not like us at all. Nope, I cannot read that.
What?
Cool.
No.
I'm guessing we lost the system. Oh, there it is. Cool. Thank you, Jake. JC Bob at $9.99. Here's for a pack of cigs for Jake for his help with the wig site for me this week. Share with the fridge. Jake's gonna need him after tonight's show.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just goes, yeah. WW Mickey, $5. Podium fun. Nick deserves better. A podium for Nick. Kyle Davis, $1.99. Even without sound, I still sing Phil Collins. You know any Phil Collins?
Of course. Come stop your crying. It'll be all right.
That's it. That's all you get for $1.99. WWE makes you $2. Has audio become too expensive too? Yes, it has. It's like eggs. Dina Jolis, $4.99. Figured Eugenie plus the audio. Yep. Bob Chapek running the show now. Zeta Vision 3D, $7. How am I supposed to play The Legend of Mr. Toad, Tears of the Kingdom with no audio? These, you can tell when all these came in. Tony Burke, $3.96.
Huh.
We need Rob on Liquid Magic, please.
That's
I'm
oddly
sure Rob will
specific.
drink alcohol. I'm sure.
It depends on who's making it.
Well, it'll be Nick.
Oh, all right. I've seen some questionable bartenders on this show. I'll go with Nick.
There's some very questionable
There sure
bartenders on this show. Steve Mermelstein, $1.99. The new audio guy, Cobb Bapek, isn't working out. I think he's friends with Zippity Doodob. Tyler Abbott, $5. If this show is my laughing place, how come I'm not laughing?
Well,
Oh. Walter, oh boy. Kozinski, 1999. Love you guys. With no audio, the show is even better. You know, Steve Mermelstein, again, I thought tweeted. Super chat, $1.89. New from Disney Food Blog, at least we have audio, Tom. I guess so.
at least we have audio, Tom.
Yeah, we have. You won't believe what you'll hear. You won't believe it. Step into the magic, $4.99. My favorite thing about the 100th medallion is that it says, where wonder to live. Because they drilled holes through the C and the E. They did. Fun fact, they absolutely did. Where wonder to live. It was made during the Chapek years. It's fine. Alex Martinez, $4.99. This sounds terrible, but thank you so much for the delays tonight. I was 30 minutes late and skipping ahead. I'm now on time.
Yay.
Love you, love the show. Just for you, Alex, we did it. Just for you. We inconvenienced everyone else.
That's what we do.
Zeta Vision, another $7. Mario Paint, Tron, a giant Wiimote. Now this is this week on Nintendo Switch. Also great to see Piano Rob on the show. Yeah.
I can't. I hear Mario. They're all in my
Yeah.
brain. Level 2.
Oh.
Yes.
Nick likes the underground. That's his favorite level. What? What did I even say?
Yeah.
Corey Paris, Eric, sorry for your loss. EMA, I don't know what that means. I don't know what's going on. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know anything that's said there. Meemin and Dreamin', $7. Rob, I recognize the Pokemon ending immediately. So great to have you on every week now, at least for a while.
Thank you. You can always send super chats to tell Tom I was right about something. That's always, you always do that.
Trevor Andre, $9.99. I'm wondering how the Imagineers will overcome the existing ride infrastructure to tell the Bayou Adventure story, to get those logs to the top of something for the plunge down into something. Yeah, I don't know what the story is, how you're... Mama Odie's magic escalator? I don't know.
Nah.
I don't know. Step into the magic, $1.99. Can you explain why Tokyo Space is bad? Just curious. So it's the original Disneyland Space Mountain, which has no music. It's pitch black. The seats are real uncomfortable. So it's just not interesting. It's just pitch black. I don't know. It's not fun without the music. I don't know. What are we giggling about back there? Share with the class. What did Sabrina do?
When you said it's pitch black, the seats are uncomfortable, and there's no music, I said, you just described my house.
You know, this show was already dumb. Having music under it just... Fifth rider, $10. If they're not going to have Dr. Facilier and friends on the other side, then can WDWNT license the use of Mount Orleans song to Disney? It's catchy. I do like Mount Orleans was great.
Yeah.
I do like that song. Jake D, $10. We're here doing the Last Chance to Splash, but also thinking some are going to do Last Chance to Flash this weekend.
Fingers
Are you
crossed.
coming this weekend?
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah?
will be there. Yeah.
You'll be
for
there
sure.
Sunday?
100%.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yes. Oh, you know it.
Nick's gonna flash. Nick's gonna flash everybody.
You know it.
Sam Fritz,
Already
$4.99.
practicing.
In an NBA Finals rematch, the Celtics beat the Warriors in overtime, 121 to 118. I stunk at the gambling last week, so I'm not doing it again. Step into the Magic 199. How hard is it to get a damn lap bar in the Disneyland one? I don't know. Everyone's arms keep the other people's legs down because their knees are in your armpits, so you keep them in the vehicle. Dina, again, 189 for the Splash Mountain Water Test Fund. The Rowdy Texan Abroad, $4.99. Coming to Nintendo Switch, Grand Theft Auto Splash Mountain Edition. They stole this. They took the sign. They tried to take the sign. They didn't succeed. Moto MK, $4.99. Figment Purple Drink, a win. 1650 Marshmallow Margarita, a fail. I kind of agree. That margarita was very bad. Oh, the blank super chat from Kat. Thank you, Kat. $9.99. We like those, Rob, because we don't have to read anything.
That cat's not even.
I figured that out immediately.
Okay. Just want to make sure you can keep up with what's going on. Becky Christensen, $4.99. Have Ert and Bernie agreed to be on, have they agreed to be on the show yet?
Let's hope so.
Ert and Bernie, yep. Bismo Beer Belly, oh boy, $5. Wow, sounds like we'll have a Piano Rob and Liquid Magic on February 2nd. Got my ticket and can't wait. Hail the Tiki. All right, it'll be a good show February 2nd. Samuel, $5. Why not retheme Splash Mountain into the theme Splash the Mermaid, the movie with Tom Hanks? I don't know that that's the name of that movie.
Splash the Mermaid?
I don't think the mermaid's name was Splash. I'm not entirely sure. Splash the Mermaid. I mean, if they named the ride today, that would be the name of it.
Yeah.
With the
Splash,
with the theme
the
Splash the
movie.
Mermaid, the what?
Splash, the Mermaid movie with Tom Hanks.
But it says the Mermaid, the movie.
Oh,
We spent too much time. Next super chat. Elon, $4.99. Thanks for the amazing show every week, everyone at WDWNT. Thank you, Elon. It's very, very kind, very sweet. Thank you. Mike, there's a lot of these this week. Michael, $4.99. Long live Splash Mootin and long live WDWNT. Yes. Jarrett C with the empty super chat. Yeah. There's a jingle for the blank super chat.
Well, there should be.
Tyler Abbott, $1.99. That, I don't know what that says. Okay, cool. What is it supposed? I don't know what it's
That doesn't look like a swear word.
No.
It rhymes with corny.
Oh. That is also not what the song says. No one knows what any of the songs in that ride say, apparently. No one knows the lyrics. Rosita, $50. Oh, boy. Because I love Splash Mountain, and Rob is making the show so much better, you know? Now sing Go the Distance. For $50, Rob, I think you have to sing.
Go through the whole song? We got the whole song right now?
Not the whole song, but a good portion. Go for it.
I have often dreamed of a far-off place where heroes welcome would be waiting for me, where the crowds would cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, this is where I'm meant to be, and I'll be there someday. I can go the distance and I'll find my way. If I can be strong, I know every mile will be worth my while. When I go the distance, I'll be right where I belong. We'll do verse 2 on the next break.
Do you think Rob knows Spike the Bee?
Nick asked if Rob knows Spike the Bee. We got to teach you Spike. Spike the Bee. Everyone said no. Is there a bunch of no's?
Are we over that? Okay.
I guess so. Wait, what? What was it, an O? They didn't say no, they said, oh. That's like what you say when you don't want people to know you said no. I didn't say Abe Lincoln, I said, hey, Blinken. Why does that come up every week?
It does.
Every week. Kids, there's this movie called Robin Hood Men in... Never mind. There's more super chats. We're never going to get to the Price is Right. John Macon, 1999, bed knobs and broomsticks theme?
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to do my homework.
What is the theme for bed knobs and broomsticks?
I'm thinking of the locomotion song. What's it called? The one she does the spell.
I know Beautiful Briny. That's like the only song from that I know.
I got to do my homework. All right.
We'll learn it for next week. Whatever the... Is there a theme song?
I don't know if
there's not a song called Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, right?
No, I don't think so, but they got to have something.
Theme.
Next week. Rob's got homework, or 2 weeks from now. We're not on next week. You have Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. John, we'll make it happen. The Eric Sapero Show, which is on after this, and then Larry Elder's after that, $4.99. Can't wait to be at the show on February 2nd. Hope the audio won't delay the show again. No promises. Trauma Factor, $4.99. This show is amazing. Please don't end after March Madness. Okay. Dina, $4.99. I'm not over it. Spike.
Good.
I'm the Walrus, $23, $7. Hope Nick's injury from the marathon weekend is getting better. Any update?
I mean, like walk still.
But you haven't gone to the doctor.
I have not gone to the doctor.
Well, first get your passport and then go to the doctor.
Some soreness there, but I don't know.
We need you to get your passport first.
Yeah.
So limp to the passport office.
I can walk around.
And then go to the doctor.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to have all of you in ECVs in Japan. Yeah, it's going to be great. Jared C, $4.99. Nick, was there a burlap bag involved in your giveaway of the cat?
No. No, I threw the cat in the car and drove her over to someone's house.
You threw it?
Get in.
It was a nightmare.
Pluto and Runaway Railway.
Bouncing around my
Kick
car.
it into the trunk.
Scratching everything.
K-Jack, $1.99. There's a B on your hat. I don't know what that means. Furio, is that another Sopranos reference, I guess? I don't know.
What?
K-Jack's gone fully off the deep end at this point. We don't even understand the references
That was
anymore.
It.
That
we
is
play
it.
a game now.
Which means, yeah, it's time. Is it time for a commercial break? I think it is. Oh, no, wait, hold on. One more thing before it's the most important part of the show.
We have to.
It's time to find out what's coming out this week on Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
This week, you could pick up Portal. It's the best way to get from your car to the front of the park. Just open up a portal. It's the only way. That's it. That was totally worth holding up the show for.
Sure was.
Cool. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, The Price is Right.
Pipes, satellites, and netting is now Decals, catalog furniture, and frame photos. That same great company, known for rushed work that never hits a deadline, is now fully renovating Orlando area resort hotels. We've taken our years of experience putting too much stuff on the facades of Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, Star Wars Trading Post, and Avengers Campus, and we somehow transferred that into completely removing the theme and story from where you spend the night. Are beds shaped like pirate ships distracting? How about we just throw up some Little Mermaid decals? That took place in the Caribbean, right? I think it did. Is it Dutch? Shove those original Andy Warhol pictures at the back of the lobby and let's decal some pillars. We can also turn these rooms into supersized value resort accommodations. Incredible! Got a sundries store to turn into a coffee shop? Don't even tell us the theme until we're done designing the space. Then, we'll send a skilled and licensed Flickr photographer to shoot nighttime photos we can hang in the space, which fulfills any theming requirement. Wow! Hire Decals, catalog furniture, and frame photos for your next hotel project you don't give a shit about. Decals, catalog furniture, and frame photos! Yeah!
Down an unknown road to embrace my fate. Though that road may wander, it'll lead me to you. And 1,000 years would be worth the wait. It might take a lifetime, somehow I'll see it through. I won't look back, no, I can go the distance, and I'll stay on track. No, I won't accept defeat, and it's an uphill slope, but I won't lose hope till I go the distance, and my journey is complete. But to look beyond the glory is the hardest part, for a hero's strength is measured by his heart. Like a shooting star, well, I can go the distance, I will search the world, well, I will face its arms, I don't care how far, 'cause I can go the distance, and I find my hero's welcome waiting in your arms. I will search the world, I will face its harm, till I find my hero's welcome waiting in your arms. The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around you right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things around you. What more is you looking for? Under the sea, under the sea. Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on this shore they work all day, out in the sun they slave away, while we devoting full time to floating under the sea. Down here all the fish is happy, as off to the waves they roll. They fish on the land, they nappy, the sad cause they in they bowl. But fish in the boat ain't lucky, they in for a worse of fate. One day when they both get hungry, guess who's gonna be on their plate? Under the sea, under the sea. Nobody beat us, fry us and eat us in fricassee. Up on the shore they work all day, out in the sun they slave away. We got no troubles, life is the bubbles under the sea. The newt play the lute, the harp play the harp, they play the bass and they sound the sharp, they bass play the brass, they chop play the top. Luke is a duke of soul, the ray he can play the things on the strings, the trout rocking out, blackfish sing the belt and they sprat, they know where it's at, and told that blowfish blow.
Here it comes, WDWNT's most exciting game show of fantastic prizes. It's The Price is Right. Mike, come on down. Jen, come on down. Kath, come on down. Haley, come on down. You are the first 4 contestants on WDWNT, The Price is Right. Now here's your host of The Price is Right, Nick LoCicero.
Thanks, Tom. We have a lot of fun in store for you today, a lot of pricing games to get to. Let's get right to it. Tom, what is that first item up for bids for our contestants?
Well, Nick, it's a Walt Disney World 50th Anniversary gallery-wrapped canvas. The nighttime splendor of Main Street and Cinderella Castle are captured in this wonderful picture from the Thomas Kincaid Studios. This 14 by 14-inch work is a gallery wrapped on canvas and comes ready to hang in your home.
All right, so you have to place a bid on this canvas. Closest without going over gets to play our first pricing game. Mike, what would you bid on this Walt Disney World 50th Anniversary Gallery Wrapped Canvas?
I'll go with 20.
$20. All right. Jen?
35.
All right, 35. What's your bid?
$613.
Ooh, $613. Haley?
I'd say $50.
$50.
We'll go 50.
All right. The actual retail price of this item is $125. Haley, you're our winner. Come on up. Take the microphone. Come on up. Go ahead and stand right there in that blue mark for me. All right, welcome up here to the stage. We are going to be playing a wonderful game we call bobsledders, all right? So you see that little guy in the bobsled right there? All right, your job is to make sure he does not fall off the other side of that mountain.
I'll try my best.
Try your best. Well, and you have $25 to work with. What we're going to do is we're going to show you a few items. We're going to show you 3 different items, and you have to guess the price of that item.
Okay.
For every $1 away you are from the actual retail price of that item, that bobsled is going to move up the mountain. All right? All right. Tom, what items do we have up for bid?
First up is a Figment Apple Watch band. These Apple Watch bands fit all series of the Apple Watch and feature Figment on either a black or white background. The next item is the Fruity Fig Bar Figment Munchling. It's a limited edition specialty treat plush that comes in a box with the 2023 Festival of the Arts logo. And last is a Figment Magnet. This die-cut magnet features Figment in front of his own chalk art, reading "Make Every Day a Work of Art." Nick?
All right, those are our 3 items. We'll start with that first one, that Figment Apple Watch bands. How much would you bid on one of these packs of the Apple Watch bands?
I say they usually come pretty expensive, so I'll say $35.
$35. All right, let's see. Let's see how far. That is not correct. That's not correct. So let's see how far the bobsled moves up the mountain. Look at that. There he goes. Oh, he stopped there at $2. Yeah, the actual retail price is $37.
Well,
so
about there.
Yeah, you're only $2 off. All right. All right, how about this next item, the Fruity Fig Bar Figment Munchling, this plush right here. What do you think the retail price on this item is?
Say $20.
$20. She right? You got it.
Oh,
you got it right on the mark. $20. Bobsled's going to stay right there. All right, you got lots of room to work with here for this last item. The last item was that Figment Magnet. What do you think the retail price on this magnet? If you're 20-something off of the price of a magnet, there's something wrong. But
maybe $15?
$15. Let's see.
I don't know.
She got it. You're right. The bobsled is safe. Wow. Great job. Great job, Haley. You can go have a seat. Congratulations. You will be in our Showcase Showdown. You will be spinning the wheel coming up very shortly. And we're going to have some more pricing games in just a moment. And we're going to find out who our next contestant is in just a moment as well. Haley got that. Look at that. That bobsled didn't move. In practice yesterday, that bobsled was going up and down that mountain like crazy.
We're never going to get to move it, Nick.
No. This happened last time, too. People know their prices. All right, Tom, who's our next contestant?
Ivan, come on down. You're the next contestant on WDWNT. The Price is Right.
All right, welcome, Ivan, to Contestants Row. All right, let's find out what that next item up for bids is, Tom.
It's a Mickey and Minnie Mouse Walt Disney World 50th Anniversary figurine. Standing atop a base announcing Walt Disney World 50, this iconic duo will help you recall, if you want to, all your happiest memories from the most magical place on Earth. This resin statue measures 10 inches tall.
Tom with his commentary. There he goes again. All right, Ivan, what would you bid on this Mickey and Minnie Mouse figurine?
I bid $99.
$99. All right. Back actually to Mike, please. Yep. Mike. Yep, it goes down. So, Mike, what would you bid on this figurine?
I'll do $50.
$50. All right. Jen?
$51.
$51. Wow. All right. And go ahead now to your bid.
$52.
$52. All right. The actual retail price of the figurine is $150. Ivan. Got it.
Disappointed to have won.
Ivan, right here. Right. Stand right there for me. Right in that 7 there. All right. I have some money for you.
Okay.
I have here. Those are yours, and one more. There you go. All right, Ivan. Here, let me get this mic in front of me. I just handed you 7 core bucks right there. 7 core bucks. Yeah, 7 core bucks. In order to win this game, you need to have 1 core buck left at the end of this game. I'm going to show you how you're going to try to accomplish that. But first, Tom, can you tell Ivan what item he is bidding on here today?
It's a new car! The 2023 Chevy Traverse LT. Chevy Traverse has a stylish exterior and a dedication to safety and real-world functionality. Prepare to take on the day in the 2023 Traverse, a mid-size SUV for a full-size life.
Can you picture yourself driving around in that Chevy Traverse?
I can.
Yeah, too bad we're not giving that away today, even if you win this game. But you could win some core bucks, right? Just as good, right? All right. But in order to do that, we have to have you guess some numbers in the price of this car. We're going to show you the first number in the price of this car. Go ahead and reveal that one. We're going to give that one to you. It's a 4. It's a 4. Now, you're going to have to tell me what the next number in the price of that car is. And for every dollar away you are, I'm going to take $1 from you out of that $7. All right? Remember, you got to have 1 to win at the end of the game. What's the next number in the price of that car?
5.
5? All right. Let's see. The audience can help.
2.
It's a 2, so I'm going to take 3 of those. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. All right. Those are mine. All right. All right, it's okay. 3 numbers left. What do you think the third number is?
Not 5. 4.
Is it 4? All right. So your guess is 4. Let's see that number. It is a 1. I'm going to take 3 more of those. Yep, that's mine. All right. You do have $1 left, but you have 2 numbers left to guess. You got to get both of these spot on in order to to win this game. What do you think the next number is?
9.
A 9. All right. Let's see what that next number is. It is a 3. Oh, I am sorry, Ivan. The last number, believe it or not.
5.
It's a 5. All right, Ivan. Well, thanks for playing. You will be in our Showcase Showdown, so you'll be spinning the wheel. We're gonna have that Showcase Showdown right after we enjoy a little musical interlude from someone over in the corner who plays music, and his name is Piano Rob.
I'm guessing I should do some of these again for those of you that tuned in and are still voting. If one of those bottom two are the highest, Tiki Room, there we go. I forgot what it was. In the tiki, 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 tiki room. Tiki, 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 tiki room. All the birds sing a word, flowers croon in the tiki, 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 tiki room. Welcome to a tropical hideaway, you lucky people, you. And if it wasn't for the show starting right away, we'd be in the audience too. But in the tiki, 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 tiki room, tiki, 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 tiki room, all the birds sing words and the flowers croon in the tiki, 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 tiki room.
We got to teach Piano Rob that song so he can play it for us. All right, well, welcome back to The Price is Right. It's time to spin the wheel here in our Showcase Showdown. See who will be moving on to our showcase at the end of the game. Haley, it is time for you to spin, so I'm going to demonstrate a nice little spin here. See, got to get it all the way around. There we go. Closest to $1 without going over does move on to our showcase. And you get up to 2 spins. So go ahead and take your first spin.
I can spin it from this side?
You can spin it from that side. All right, 25 cents. Would you like to stay on that, or would you like to spin again?
I like to spin again.
Spin again. Go for it.
Why
Let's
not?
see. Let's add to that 25 cents. What are we going to add? 15 cents. All right. So if my math is correct, that is a wonderful. Whoa. Yeah, dang. Yes, that is 40 cents. All right. Well, Haley, you're on 40 cents. Let's bring Ivan over here. Go ahead and pass your mic over to him. Ivan. I can do math. All right. Ivan, welcome to our wheel. Why don't you go ahead and take your first spin? 40 cents is what you have to beat. And you did it with one spin, 80 cents. Assuming you want to hold there. All right, exactly. Ivan will be moving on to our showcase at the end of the game. We will be back with more pricing games right after this.
Welcome, players, to Disney World's latest ride, Tron Light Cycle Run. Tron, the 142nd most recognizable Disney IP, celebrated by dozens of people worldwide. Tron, remember all those unforgettable characters like the guy in the bodysuit. Tron, which Tron movie is this about? The one that was outgrossed by its own video game, or the one that was outgrossed by its own soundtrack? Work with me here. We know it's hard to keep track. Tron, with unforgettable toys that can still be found today at reputable stores. Because what kid doesn't want to play with an elderly, barefoot Jeff Bridges action figure? Now, decades later, Disney is proud to present Tron Lightcycle Run, the ride 5 years in the making. A ride that took longer to build than the Golden Gate Bridge and Hoover Dam. Tron Lightcycle Run, the high-energy ride, which is our latest and shortest ride ever, transporting guests inside the grid, which looks like a 1980s neon goth party. Is it? You tell us. Guests will thrill at both twists and turns, all the while pray and make it out alive. Tron Lightcycle Run, the ride that is shorter than the video you just watched.
Were you trapped inside a sinking Splash Mountain log?
Were you told to stay inside while the log sank to the bottom of the ride track? Then call us at Loggins and Flume, theme park injury attorneys.
I'm Woody Loggins, and this is my partner Bertrand Flume, and we'll take theme park injury cases that other lawyers just won't take.
We want to get you all the cash you deserve, and maybe even some dry Splash Mountain clothes.
Or Princess and the Frog clothes, whichever you prefer. We know what it's like to be wet. We've been on Ripsaw Falls. Don't let Disney get away with making you mildly uncomfortable.
It's the truth. It's action. We'll make sure the process for you is satisfaction.
That's right. Disney can't run from this legal trouble, because ain't no place that far.
Call Logan's and Flume, 1-800-ZIPPER-D.
All right. Hopefully our contestants are having fun so far tonight. Things are moving along just fine. But Tom, looks like we need another contestant on Contestants Row.
Well, I'm going to call on Nicole. Nicole, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
All right. Welcome to Contestants Row, Nicole. Standing in the lucky spot tonight, right there. So let's see if that continues. All right. Well, Tom, what item do we have for Nicole and the rest of our contestants to bid on?
Well, Nick, it's a Mickey Mouse Sorcerer Paints His Magic canvas print. Celebrate the art and legacy of Disney animation with this limited edition Giclée canvas print. This Jim Warren painting is a limited edition of 500 pieces, measuring 15 3/4 inches by 35.5 inches, and is fully framed and ready to hang.
All right, beautiful piece of artwork. Nicole, what would you bid on that piece?
I'm going to bid $500.
$500. And there. Back over to Mike.
Another wrong answer. Let's go with $200.
$200. All right. Jen?
$395.
$395. And what is your bid there? $6. $6. I thought she was going to say $5, so yeah. All right, the actual retail price of this print is $350. Mike? All right, so we're coming over here. And that side of the board. There you go. Perfect. All right, welcome up here, Mike. All right. This really is the VIP treatment for you, huh? We didn't rig the game, wink, wink. No. So, Mike, we're going to be playing a game called Spelling Bee, all right? Now, it's pretty simple. We just need to spell a very simple word we all know and love, Tom, T-O-M. Now, on the board to the side of you, we have 30 different spaces, 30 different numbers up here. Behind each number is either a T, an O, or an M, and 2 cards have the full word Tom on it as well, all right? So to start things off, we're going to give you the chance to get up to 5 of these numbers. We're going to start with 2 of them, though. We're going to give you 2 for free. So pick 2 numbers for me between 1 and 30.
7.
Of course, 7.
7?
All right. These sticky little bees. All right, hold on. I got to mark the 7.
Nick.
Why can't I find
7? At the top. The top.
It's right there. It goes in order. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get it now. All right. All right, that makes sense. All right. What's your next number?
13.
13. All right. I can find that much easier. It's right there. All right. We'll mark those with the little bumblebees. All right. Now we're going to give you the chance to win a couple more of these. We're going to show you a couple of items, and you just have to be $3 away in your guess to the actual retail price. Higher or lower, doesn't matter. All right, Tom, let's take a look at those 3 items that we have up for bid.
First up is the Magic of Possibility Unframed poster. Celebrate EPCOT with this new poster print by Jason Ratner. Features Spaceship Earth and the Lucite fountain with the park's pavilion logos floating above. The second item is a Figment 3D iPhone case. The case has a gray Spaceship Earth background, images of Figment and rainbows across the top layer, along with butterflies, paint cans, and images of Spaceship Earth. And last but not least is the Figment Popcorn Bucket. Everyone's favorite purple dragon is back, and now he's in popcorn bucket form. This Festival of the Arts version comes with an EPCOT 40th strap to remind you that you're old, Nick.
Wow. Wait, that I'm old specifically?
No,
or?
all of us.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. All right, so, Mike, we're going to give you a chance to win 3 more cards, like I said. So the first thing we need to do is guess the price of the Magic of Possibilities Unframed Festival poster. What do you think the price of that poster is?
$50.
All right, $50. Let's see what the actual retail price is. You are off. It is $40. So you're 10 off, so you don't get a number there. How about this one, though? We got the Figment 3D iPhone case. What do you think the retail price is on that one?
$35.
$35, the actual retail price. You're right on,
Nice.
$35. Pick another number for me, Mike.
26.
26. I know where that is. It's right here. I found that pretty quickly. The more I look at this board, the quicker I can find the numbers. Go figure. All right. And last but not least, we'll give you one more chance here. We got the Figment Popcorn Bucket. What's the cost on that?
$30.
$30. Let's see. The actual retail price is $25. You're $5 off. All right. It's all right. That's all right. We're going to see if the winning combination is behind one of these. So let's see. Which one would you like me to look at first? The 7, the 13, or 26?
7, please.
Give you a pick. 7?
7.
Might as well start
Yeah,
there.
7.
Let's see what's on here. You got an O. All right. So, oh. Not no. Oh. All right. All right.
Nick always hears.
Do you have a preference, 13 or 26?
26.
You want to see a 26? All right, we'll go there next. Let's see what's there. An M.
All right.
An M.
Mo. Oh.
All right. No. All right, so behind that 13, you got 2 chances to win. It could be a T or it could be TOM. Let's see what that is. What's behind 13? Oh, another M.
Mom!
Another M. Yeah, you did spell mom or wow if you want as well. Could be W's, right? All right. Well, I'm sorry, Mike, you didn't win this, but you do get to spin our wheel coming up in the Showcase Showdown in just a few minutes. Here, I'll take that mic from you. Thank you very much, Mike. All right. Lots of fun to be had tonight. More pricing games just ahead. But first, we do need another contestant. Tom, who is our next contestant for Contestants Row?
Well, our next contestant lives here in the studio. It's Julie. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
All right. Welcome, Julie, to the stage. Oh, I need my cheat sheets over here. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah, you just throw things. Someone else will clean it up.
Wow.
Just kidding. I'll pick it up.
I'll get to it later.
Just kidding. I'll forget, and someone else will have to do it. All right. It's time for our last Contestants Row, last item on Contestants Row. Tom, what's the item Julie will be bidding on here?
Well, Nick, it's a Lilo and Stitch figure. Inspired by the ending sequence of Disney's Lilo and Stitch, Jim Shore creates a beautiful hand-painted memento to Ohana in this stone resin figure that measures 7 inches tall.
7?
Yeah, 7.
All right, this Jim Shore Lilo and Stitch figure. Julie, what would you bid on this item?
Let's go with $59.
$59.
79.
$79.
100.
$100. And last,
101.
101. Ooh, it's part of the game. All right, the actual retail price is $95. Jen, come on up here.
They have to spin against each other.
You could stand right here, right in front of the board. Yeah, you can stand in front of the board for this one. So, Jen, you were just waiting to win this one because you wanted a chance to punch a dunce, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Man, everybody was looking at this board and said, I hope that's the game I'm playing. You get to punch right through Mr. Chapek right there and see how many core bucks you can find behind him. So basically in this game, we're going to show you 4 different items. We're going to show you a price, but the price is wrong. You're going to have to tell us if the price we show you is higher or the actual retail price is higher or lower than the price we show you. The more you win, the more you get to punch Bob Chapek, and the more possibility of winning some core bucks, all right? Tom, let's take a look at those items up for bid.
First up is a Figment tumbler by Corksicle. This tumbler has the EPCOT International Festival of the Arts logo on one side. The rest is patterned with images of Figment, chalk, and rainbows. We also have a Figment and Chalkboard limited edition pin. You can get creative with this limited edition pin of Figment with a miniature chalkboard. Pin has an edition size of 4,000. There's also a Figment frame mug. The black mug features Figment's face on one side. The other side has an empty brown frame where you can fill in your own artwork with chalk. Last but not least, the Figment Magic Band. This limited release Magic Band features Figment with a bucket of chalk. He has decorated the band with the festival logo.
Man, lots of Figment. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of Figment. All right. So let's start with the tumbler. Now, we're putting a price of $37 on that, but we are wrong. Is the actual retail price higher or lower than $37?
Higher.
Higher. All right, let's see. It is $45 higher. We're going to have you punch all at once at the end. So
wait, I'm sorry. How much is that mug?
That is $45 for that tumbler that was sitting on your desk.
How much did I pay for this mug?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
This was $45?
Ridiculous.
Is it magic? Is it...
all right. So you win one punch. Well, we'll get to punch them in a few minutes. Hold on. I know you're getting anxious. But we'll get to the punching. All right. Next up is the Figment chalkboard pin. We have a price of $18 on this one, but the price is wrong. Is it higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher. Let's see. All right, $20. All right, you win 2 punches. 2 punches. All right. How about the next item, that Figment mug with the frame, and you got to draw on it yourself? We have a price of $26, but it is wrong. What is the actual retail price?
Lower.
Lower. You said lower?
I said lower.
You said lower. Let's see. We had a last-second higher yell out there. You are correct. That's 3 punches. Let's see if you can go 4 for 4. The Figment Magic Band, we're pricing it at $32. Is the retail price higher or lower?
Higher.
Let's see. It is higher. All right, 4 punches. All right. So behind these, just to let you know, there's some with some low core bucks, like 10s. There's some 20s. One of these has 100 core bucks behind it. So what you're going to do is you're going to punch. You're going to see what you have behind it, and then it's up to you if you want to keep punching and try to get a higher amount, okay? So go ahead and pick your first one. You can punch right through it, and then there should be a card behind there. Yep. All right. What does that say? 10 core bucks. That's the lowest you could possibly get. So you probably want to put that aside and go for another punch. So go ahead and take another whack here. Oh, yeah. That was good. He felt it. What do you got there?
I got
50. All right. So you do have 2 punches left. There are a couple cards with 75, and there's 1 card with 100. But, I mean, there's only 3 cards better than that, really. Do you want to keep punching Bob Chapek, or do you want to walk away with 50 core bucks? It's a hard decision, right?
Punch him!
I think I'm going to keep my 50.
You're going to keep the 50. That's all the punching we're going to see. All right. All right. Well, congratulations, Jen. You got 50 core bucks for this game, and you're going to show up in our Showcase Showdown. Spin the wheel in just a few moments. I think right now, though, we're going to hear a little bit more from Piano Rob.
Imagination, a dream can be a dream come true with just that spark from me to you. One little spark of inspiration is at the heart of all creation, right at the start of everything that's new. One little spark lights up for you. Imagination.
Welcome back to The Price is Right. It is time to spin this wheel again. Mike, why don't you go ahead and take a spin? You want to get it closest to $1 without going over. You have up to 2 spins. There you go. Give it a big spin. There you go. It goes around, and it's going to land 85 cents. That's probably good. You're going to hold. All right. Mike, you can step off, and Jen, you could come around here. Perfect. All right, 85 cents is what you have to beat. Go ahead and take your spin. You got a lot of people room for 65 cents. Falling a little short. All right. One more spin to see if you get it without going over $1. And 50 cents. That is over $1. You broke. It is Mike. Mike is going to be in our showcase at the end of the game. Coming up in just a few minutes. We'll be right back. Now I'll do my dance. Maybe we won't be right back. We're going right to the showcase. Sure.
The Price is Right is brought to you by The Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next magical Disney trip. The best part is their services, they are free. You're right, studio audience. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. The Vacationeer, the official travel agency of WDWNT. And if you'd like to come and yell, "It's free," in our studio audience, you could do so. Get your tickets at WDWNewsTonight.com. Be in our studio audience. Tickets available now for shows throughout all of February and March. So please join us all of February and March right here at the fabulous WDWNT Celebration in Celebration, Florida, moments away from the Walt Disney World Resort. Back to you.
It is time for our showcase where we could be giving away possibly up to 100 core bucks if you get your showcase right, and 200 if you get close enough and can get both of them right. So we have Ivan and Mike over here. We're going to let Ivan go first. We're going to give you your package. Now, listen closely, though, Mike, because Ivan can choose to pass and bid on the next package instead if he so chooses. All right, so Tom, why don't you tell us what is in package number 1 for Ivan?
Well, Nick, your first stop is by the Craftsman's Courtyard, where you'll enjoy the beef Wellington and cast iron roasted PEI mussels dish. Next up is the deconstructed dish, where you'll have a deconstructed BLT, a deconstructed French onion soup, and for dessert, a deconstructed key lime pie. It wouldn't be the Festival of the Arts without, it wouldn't be the Festival of Arts without the Disney on Broadway concert series. So we'll send you to New York to see The Lion King. Wow, you and a friend take a round-trip flight from Orlando to New York. Well, you'll get 2 tickets to The Lion King on Broadway, and 100 core bucks can be yours if the price is right.
All right, so Ivan, we got a handful of food items from the art festival. We got round trip to airfare for 2 to New York and back from Orlando, and we got tickets to The Lion King on Broadway. Would you like to take a guess at the total price of this package?
I'll take a stab at it.
All right.
Let's say $650.
$650. All right. Next up, we have package number 2 for Mike.
Journey will begin at Modern, where you'll be served a... What? Nope, wrong thing. There's where we're sending you, yes, Modern, where you'll be served a compressed watermelon tataki, angry crab, and pan-seared scallops. That's right, now there's 2 of them. There was only 1 when we had it.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thanks. Then moving over to the pastoral palate, you'll try the red wine braised beef short rib, the wild boar cassoulet, and the black forest cake for dessert. And with your belly full, I think maybe it's festival food, it's time to enjoy some art. We'll send you and your friend on a round-trip flight to Chicago to tour the Art Institute of Chicago. Once inside, you'll be treated to more than 300,000 permanent collection items from across the planet. And 100 core bucks can be yours if the price is right.
All right, Mike, so we have some festival food. We have round-trip airfare to Chicago for 2 and some tickets to the Art Institute of Chicago. What would you bid on that package?
$700.
$700. All right. Lock it in. All right. All right. Now we are going to see the retail prices of this item, see if any of you came close, who came the closest without going over. Now remember, both of you might have gone over, and no one wins the package, but we will see.
And then I keep the money.
We'll see. Tom keeps his core bucks. All right. So we are going to start with you, Mike, with package number 2. And you bid $700 on that package. Let's see what the actual retail price of your package was. Oh, I do have to tell them. It was $528, so you went over. All right.
Yeah. What airline do you fly?
All right. Let's go ahead and check the price of package number 1 for Ivan. Now, Ivan, you bid $650 on your package. The actual retail price of your package was $1,134 for a difference of $484. You're our winner. Congratulations, Ivan. You'll be getting $100 for winning your showcase. Tom?
That was a great game of the prices. I'll keep moving backwards till I fit.
I don't know if there's enough room.
I'll just be back here. No.
We gave away lots of $4 today, Tom.
We did. Over $100 to the winner.
Yeah. 50 $4 to Jen for punching Bob Chapek. Yeah.
How many did we punch?
2.
Can I?
You want to punch one?
Do we have a camera? We don't have a camera, no.
No.
Then Lucas has to fix it anyway.
That's right. It's
Oh, wait, hold on. They're moving the camera.
It's
Which one?
tissue paper.
Which one are we aimed at? Any of them?
Nice.
What'd
you get?
Yeah, what'd you get?
I just want this. Can I have this? I like this.
Oh, Tom got 75 $4.
Oh, wow. Joke's on you. I have them all. I'm the sole distributor.
Oh, boy.
That was a great episode.
That was
Even
good.
though we had those problems at the beginning, I think that was a lot of fun today.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was fantastic.
Let's hear it for our crew back there. They did a
Thank
great
you.
job tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
Everybody, our camera operators,
That
Nick,
was so good.
Piano Rob.
Yeah.
Yes. Who's going to play us out in a second. And remember, kids, that goddamn Corksicle cup is $45.
$45.
I didn't look. I just bought it. I didn't know.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway,
It's beautiful.
Rob, take us away. See you later.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay, my oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading our way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay, Mr. Bluebird's on my shoulder. It's the truth, it's actual, everything is satisfactory. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay, a wonderful feeling, a wonderful day.